I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Donald Trump is making pathetic excuses for why Americans across the country repudiated and rejected MAGA and Trumpism once again in the November 7th election, as we've seen in the previous elections. Here's what Donald Trump is writing. He goes, Daniel Cameron, who was running for governor in Kentucky, MAGA Republican, Daniel Cameron lost to Andy Beshear, the Democratic governor who won re-election. Daniel Cameron lost because he couldn't alleviate the stench of Mitch McConnell. I told him early that's a big burden to overcome. McConnell and Romney are kryptonite for Republican candidates. I moved him up 25 points, but the McConnell relationship was, quote, too much to bear. Tate Reeves, on the other hand, surged to win for governor in Mississippi after my involvement. Congratulations to Tate. I mean, what a loser move to make pathetic excuses like that. But that's why MAGA Republicans are losers. They have a culture of losing because Donald Trump is a loser who makes pathetic excuses and takes zero accountability and then blames Mitch McConnell, who he calls a rhino, who's the Republican leader in the Senate. Here's what Donald Trump previously wrote about Daniel Cameron when he was supporting him. Wow, Daniel Cameron of Kentucky had made a huge surge now that they see my strong endorsement and the fact that he's not really a McConnell guy. They only try to label him that because he comes from the great state of Kentucky. Anyway, go Daniel. Great future for you and your state. You will bring it to new levels of success, and I will help you. No, the problem with Daniel Cameron's candidacy is that he was MAGA, and Americans are sick and tired of MAGA craziness and MAGA extremism and Trump craziness and the lack of normalcy and the lack of decency and empathy and compassion. This was Daniel Cameron's primary victory speech, saying that the Trump culture of winning is alive in Kentucky. He couldn't have wrapped himself more around the banner of Trumpism and MAGA than he did. Play this clip.
And of course, a big thank you to President Donald J. Trump for his support and his endorsement of this campaign. Let me just say, the Trump culture of winning is alive and well in Kentucky.
Let me tell you what Americans are sick and tired of. And what Americans are rejecting. Americans are sick and tired and are rejecting this.
I'm the one that got rid of Roe v. Wade.
And Americans are sick and tired and are rejecting this.
I did something that nobody thought was possible. I got rid of Roe v. Wade.
And Americans are rejecting this.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion? Yes or no, as a principle?
The answer is that there has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
And yes, Americans are rejecting this right here.
I think it's bad news. Bad things are happening. I'm sorry.
And here we have Newsmax after the election results, the hosts saying that there's this culture of losing in the Republican Party. They are refusing to, because it's Newsmax, to say, I don't know, I think it's the guy who keeps on losing over and over and over again. But here they are on Newsmax saying that maybe we don't really have like winners over here. 2017 Republican lose, 2018 Republicans lose, 2019 lose, 2020, 2021, 2022, and 2023. I think there's a pattern. Take a look at Newsmax.
As far as, it does seem like the Republican Party generally has a real problem with winning. It certainly was in the midterms here and now in this one as well. And you wonder, do we have the right people in place to be putting the messaging together to the people that are supposed to be there to get the early vote out, to do these jobs? You wonder about the RNC. Do we have the right people running the show? Because we're not doing something right. I think that's very obvious.
Yeah, Rob, I think you're right in a lot of places. I would say these state level races, RNC doesn't really play a role in voter turnout. That's run by the team on the ground. And that in Virginia is led by Glenn Youngkin. And he made an admirable effort to push more Republicans to get out earlier and vote, with the ultimate goal of having more people voting for Republican candidates. But it's not been enough.
Okay, and now compare what I showed you with those Donald Trump clips with Andy Beshear. the governor of Kentucky who won re-election. And this is how Democrats across the country are talking about things. Let's just do things for the people. Play this clip.
But folks, this wasn't my win. This was our victory. It was a victory that sends a loud, clear message. A message that candidates should run for something and not against someone. That a candidate should show vision and not sow division. And a clear statement that anger politics should end right here and right now. Just look at what we were up against. 5 super PACs. My opponent's super PAC, Mitch McConnell's super PAC, Rand Paul's super PAC, the Club for Growth, the Republican Governors Association, all running ads full of hate and division. And you know what? We beat them all at the same time.
Did you know that poor sleep can cause weight gain, mood issues, poor health, and lower productivity? Sleep is the foundation of our mental and physical health and performance in our days. Having a consistent nighttime routine is non-negotiable. When I don't get enough sleep, trust me, you don't want to be around me the next day. Just ask Brett and Jordy. Introducing Beam Dream. You know we've been raving about Beam's Dream Powder, their healthy hot cocoa for sleep, and today our listeners get a special discount on Beam's Dream Powder, their best-selling healthy hot cocoa for sleep with no added sugar. Now available in delicious flavors like sea salt, caramel, cinnamon cocoa, and chocolate peanut butter. Better sleep has never tasted better. Dream contains a powerful all-natural blend of reishi, magnesium, L-theanine, melatonin, and nano CBD to help you fall asleep, stay asleep, and wake up refreshed. A recent clinical study revealed Dream helped 93% of users wake up feeling more refreshed, and 93% reported that Dream helped them get a more restful night's sleep. Just mix Beam Dream into hot water or milk, stir or froth, and enjoy before bedtime. I've personally tried Beam Dream and it lived up to all the hype. First off, it was delicious and just a lovely nighttime routine. And secondly, and most importantly, it helped me fall asleep and stay asleep. The next day, I woke up ready and eager to take on all of life's challenges and tasks. Find out why Forbes and New York Times are all talking about Beam and why it's trusted by the world's top athletes and business professionals. If you want to try Beam's best-selling Dream Powder, take advantage of their biggest sale of the year and get up to 50% off for a limited time when you go to shopbeam.com/Meidas and use code CYBER at checkout. That's shop BEAM.com/Meidas and use code CYBER for up to 50% off. Here is President Biden writes, across the country tonight, democracy won and MAGA lost. And here is Chris Christie, one of Donald Trump's Republican opponents for the presidential nomination. And here Chris Christie talks about what a loser Trump is. Play this clip.
Also tonight, in a very red state, the state of Kentucky, the Democratic incumbent, he beat a rising star in your party, Daniel Cameron. Cameron was also notably endorsed by Trump. He was embraced by him and embraced Trump himself. Was that a mistake on his part?
Daniel Cameron was a rising star in the Republican Party until he decided to throw his lot in with Donald Trump. I mean, let's face it, Donald Trump is political and electoral poison down ballot. Down ballot, his endorsement has led to Republican defeats in the House, in the Senate rather, and the House in 18. In 20, we lost the United States Senate and the White House. In 22, we underperformed miserably. And tonight, you're seeing us lose again. Daniel Cameron made a huge mistake by embracing Donald Trump and selling his soul to him. That's what he did. And the voters of Kentucky, very red state, as you noted, gave their verdict on politicians who sell their soul to Donald Trump.
You know, and finally, as I reflect on American rejecting this madness, this craziness, this chaos, that is Trumpism, that is MAGA. You know, you just look at some of Trump's other posts right after that Daniel Cameron one, where Donald Trump's talking about like the New York Attorney General civil fraud case, where Trump goes, no victims, no defaults, conservative financial statements, 100% disclaimer clause, corrupt AG, Trump-hating judge, no case, exclamation point. As I said time and time again, Americans are looking at that like, just what is that behavior? It's gross. And here Donald Trump, tomorrow, my wonderful and beautiful daughter Ivanka is going to the Lower Manhattan courthouse at the direction of Letitia. And he used all these racist terms. It's like, what? Ooh, shut up. Shut up. I think that's what America's saying. Shut up. MAGA, be quiet. We want normal, intelligent, compassionate leaders who love our democracy, who don't sing songs with insurrectionists like Donald Trump does or support insurrections. We want people who really care about the Constitution. We want normalcy. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 2 million subscribers thanks to your support. Let's get there together.
At MeidasTouch, we are unapologetically pro-democracy, and we demand justice and accountability. That's why we're spreading our message to Convict 45. That's right, gear up right now with your Convict 45 tees and pins at store.meidastouch.com. That's store.meidastouch.com.